everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a theory that has already been discussed a lot on YouTube, and I wasn't gonna do it, but then I got a lot of requests to do it. So I'm here today discussing the theory that Frozen, Tangled, The Little Mermaid, and Tarzan are all connected. So let's just get on into it. So the thing that really caused this theory to start and like spark and go absolutely crazy is an Easter egg in Frozen. Now Disney does a ton of Easter eggs throughout all of their movies. As you can guys see, these ones on my screen are like some of my favorite Easter eggs in them. And people have theorized over the years that this is because all of the Disney movies actually exist on one giant Disney world. Now, other people disagree and say like, no, they're just putting in Easter eggs because it's fun. Like, I don't know, it's up to you, whatever you think. I like to think that all of the Disney movies are on the same world, so that is where this theory comes from. So the Easter egg in Frozen was that Flynn Rider and Rapunzel walk into Elsa's coronation. And from here, the theory flourished. So it all starts with Elsa and Anna's parents leaving them in Arendelle and going out on a boat, not a boat, I guess you call it a ship, on a ship, and they never come back, as we know, because they die. We also now know that they were actually on their way to a wedding, which is extremely important. We know it was a wedding because this was confirmed by one of the directors slash writers, so this is a hardcore, legit evidence. And then from there, the Frozen plot is set 3 years into the future. And what a coincidence that Frozen was released 3 years after Tangled. Almost, not quite, to the exact date, but like it's only a few days in between. So pretty much exactly 3 years after Tangled. And as we know, every little thing matters in the Disney universe. Nothing is ever a coincidence. The writers always intend it. Okay, so we know that they were on the way to a wedding. So it's been theorized that because it's exactly 3 years after Tangled was released, this is like enough evidence to say that they were in fact on their way to Flynn Rider slash Eugene, I don't know what I've been calling him, and Rapunzel's wedding. And the theory, of course, does not just end there. No. The theory also says that they weren't just going there because they were royalty, and back then royalty invited royalty to like big events like, oh, the sun just went down and my lighting changed completely. Alright. It's not just that they were inviting royalty to royalty because that's just like what they did back then. No. It's because someone from Arendelle is related to someone from Tangled. And I mean, if we look at this picture of Tangled's queen and Frozen's king, they have like an uncanny resemblance. Like that's pretty, yeah. I know what you're thinking, like maybe animators just made them look similar because that's the style they know. But like, come on, if we look at these two characters compared to each other, they don't even look the same. So like, And it would make sense for these two to be related because we know that Tangled is set in Germany and Frozen is set in Norway. So it wouldn't be that, it's really not that far in the scheme of things. So for them to be related, it would actually make sense because Elsa's father, when he finds out that Elsa has magic powers, isn't really like that surprised. He's actually pretty calm and he knows what to do. He knows to go to the rock people. And so this would actually explain why. Because the blonde children of his family are born with magic powers, such as Rapunzel and her crazy glowing hair, and Elsa and her crazy ice magic. And more evidence of this is that the troll, when they go to the rock people, which are actually trolls, says to the father, was she born with this or was she cursed? Which kind of signifies that they already know that the family has magical powers. Because if not, they would be asking a lot more questions than just that. And 3 years later, when Arendelle opens up their doors to everyone to come in, it would be the first chance that Rapunzel and Flynn Rider have had to come say, like, to pay their respects for their aunt and uncle, because Rapunzel was away from her family for so long, and it makes sense. So that is the first chunk of this theory that explains how Frozen and Tangled are connected. So now we're gonna move on to how The Little Mermaid and Tarzan are in this. So the way that The Little Mermaid mixes into this is, you know that boat that you guys can already see where this is going. So you know the boat that Ariel and Flounder are exploring in The Little Mermaid? Well, it's been theorized that is actually the boat that Elsa and Anna's parents went on when they were on the ship. Because if we look at a map here, it would clearly make sense that if they left Arendelle and they were on their way to go see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, that they would have sunk in the North Sea that Ariel calls her home. And therefore, it is highly likely that this is in fact the ship that Ariel is exploring, especially because this is not the real world, this is the Disney world, and everything has a meaning. Everything. So it's been said that Tarzan's parents are actually Elsa and Anna's parents, and that they were there for so long they had a child. And the reason that everyone believes this, because honestly there isn't a lot of depth to the theory, but the reason everyone believes it is because this guy right here, Chris Buck, who works for the animation department in Disney, told his audiences that Frozen's king and queen do in fact end up in Tarzan. So that is the only way that everyone really finds the connection between them. So that is for you all the theory that Frozen, Tangled, The Little Mermaid, and Tarzan are all on the same timeline. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the button's just below. And I also have all my social media links down below if you're interested in following me anywhere else. To comment down below what your favorite movie is that you'd like to see me talk about a theory on, and maybe I'll do it. So that's all for this video, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye! There was no clown statue.